Okay, so I think we should start now. All right, so today's webinar is going to be about the hosted PBX system integration with our Zoho CRM, right? So good. Let's get started. So here we go. Your host, that be me, Bala. I'm the manager for the CRM support team, and that's my contact email address, bala.s@zohocorp.com. If you have any questions after this webinar, if you need to contact me, you can always send an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Right. So here is today's agenda. We are going to have a look at an overview of what this integration is, why we need this integration, and the benefits of this integration, where you can integrate your telephone system with our CRM. And we're also going to see, once it is integrated, how you're going to make calls, making calls, and also how you're going to receive calls in a demo. We're going to end this with a live demo. First, we'll look at the benefits and slides about how these calls are made and received. Finally, I'll show you a live demo where we can configure the integration in an account and see how things work. Okay. So first, about this integration, why would you really need to integrate your telephone system with your Zoho CRM? That's the question, isn't it? So AT&T, a study by AT&T says 27%. That's a lot, lot of customers. 27% of customers would cancel or buy another product if they're not able to reach you by the phone. There are other ways of people, customers contacting you. They can contact you by email or chat. There are plenty of social networks. They can contact you, but telephone is very important. People like to talk to you in person, and if a customer is not able to reach you by telephone, they get pretty mad. So the study shows 27%. That's a lot of customers will probably switch to another service if they are not able to reach you by the phone. So that's why it's very important to have a good system, a phone system that is also integrated with your CRM to make things easier. Right. So what are the types of calls? You have a phone system. What are the types of calls you might be managing, right? So it could be a lead generation. You could be calling people and generating leads. It could be a cold call, that you make and find out if people are interested in your product, and you finally convert them into customers. Or it could be a sales follow-up, right? So people go to your website, they submit a form, right? Comes through your CRM system, and your salespeople might want to follow up with them, right? So that could be one method, or it could be a customer support call. If a customer reports an issue, they could just call and report an issue, and you might want to follow up with them on that issue, let them know that it is fixed or when it is going to be fixed. So that sort of calls. Or it could be a sales inquiry. Any prospect or probable customer could go to your website, look at the phone number listed there, and just give you a call to find out what your services are, what your offerings are, what type of products you sell, or what is the pricing thing, things like that. Right? These are general types of calls you manage on a daily basis. There could be other reasons as well. So what are the types of phone system in use in the market today? These are the popular ones that have been used by all the organizations, we use, one of these, system ourselves for our sales process and, support. So we have Avaya, very popular one, Asterix, Elastics. These are, hosted PBX system, and we also have Twilio and Ringio, which are, hosted solutions, which are becoming more popular than the on-premise, ones, which are via Asterix and Elastics. The on-premises, phone systems are, robust. They're very good, but it would be, it would make sense for large organization with, a huge sales team like a, or support team of 50 members, 20 members, where you can, have your own, on-premise, telephone system and have, people manage that phone system. But if you're a smaller team, right, and if you have 5 to 10, say 20 people, or, maybe even less, or just one or two, person, you can't, really have a on-premise system, like Avaya or Elastics. So in that case, you could easily go for a Twilio, which is, very simple to manage and maintain, and also the configuration itself is so simple that all you need is a web browser and, a login in Twilio and Zoho CRM. You're good to go. You could, configure the same set of configuration that is done by very large organization. So we'll see how these systems are integrated. So we have your phone systems, these, and then you have your CRM, right? So right now, these could be separate. You might have your telephone system, everything in place. You have your sales people hooked up to the phones, support, and then you have your CRM system, right? Where you have all the customer information. You have all your leads, your contacts, your opportunities listed, all the activities, everything maintained in your CRM system. So right now, these are separate, right? How could you integrate this? And integrating this, how is it going to help you make things easier for you, right? That's what we're going to see today. So that's the question, isn't it? Why should you integrate these two systems? So having information in two places, right? So you have all the information in your CRM, and then you have your telephone. While calling, you might want to just look up a number, or when receiving calls, you might want to know who's calling, right? A simple caller ID, could show you who's calling, and you can just search for numbers and call. But a caller ID wouldn't tell you that this person is a lead, or if this person is a prospect, or if this person has, is going to, buy a product, or if there is an opportunity created, and you're expecting to close a deal maybe today or within this week. So these sort of details, a simple caller ID wouldn't give, right? So that's why we need this information. So to avoid information silos, to have information in different systems, and then juggling between your phone system and then CRM to just find details, that would be less productive. So that's why we need integration and see contextual information about the callers, and you will know who's calling when you get a call, and you can set priorities, right? So if you get a call from a customer who's about to close a big deal, the system will tell you that. You can see that you are about to close a deal, and you can give more priority to that, and you can just sit and jump right into the call and close the deal right away, right? So Phonebridge. So how we're going to see how to integrate your PBX with the CRM, and let's see the benefits of integrating them. So once you integrate, you're going to be managing your outbound calls, any calls you want to make. You can be inside CRM and you can make calls, and also when you're getting calls, incoming calls, system will allow you to attend those calls and talk and dial within single click. So how easy would it be, right? So without the integration, you will have to look up a number and then go to your system, dial those numbers in, and then initiate the call. Now you can just go look at a contact and just click on a button and make a call from within the CRM, right? And also you can set up reminders for outgoing calls. So I want to make a call not right now, but tomorrow. So I could schedule those things, all those calls that I want to, make in a future date. I could schedule those calls inside CRM, and the CRM will give me reminders when those calls are scheduled, and I can just call right from there. And you can also check out the missed calls. Say if you're busy with something else, you're not able to attend, you can always get all the missed calls within CRM. You don't have to go to your phone and look at all the messages. Your CRM will have all the messages, and you can also see who it is from, and you can always get back to them. You can also track the call logs. So without the information integration, you wouldn't be able to do that, right? So all the information about the calls that you made, incoming or outgoing, is going to be in your telephone, your phone system, and you probably have to have your system administrator give out, take a report, and then provide it to you, which you can upload it in CRM. So that would be nice, right? With this integration, you have all the information already in the CRM. So you could just get your reports, track the call logs, see how many calls are being made, how many calls are being made by a particular user, or a particular week or month. All those things are already in the system in your CRM. So this is a page which shows you the single click dialing, right? So I have a contact and some information about the email address, the telephone number, and you see the little button, the green button. You just click on that and it initiates the call. You'll get a pop-up window like this. The call will start. You can talk to the person, and then you can also end and add notes to those calls. Once the call is ended, you can add notes, follow-up tasks, bunch of things. And this is how it's going to be when you're getting a call. So first we saw how to make a call with a single click. This page shows you how you get an incoming call from a person you know. So I can see that the call is from Bob Smith. So if you have the number already saved in your CRM system as a contact or as a lead, the system will match the number and it'll tell you who is calling, right? So this information is very useful. You can see if you already have this person in the system or not. If he is a lead or is a contact, that information is very important for a salesperson. So you can answer right from there, and you can continue and you can log those calls, right? So this is a bigger view of that little pop-up window. It shows you the details of the caller, and these details you must have it in your CRM system. If you have it, then it'll be displayed. If you don't have the number already saved, it's going to show you it's an unknown caller. You can you'll get options to add add that particular number as a contact or as a lead. I'll also show you how that works. So this page shows you a call. It's an incoming call. So this is from a customer who has a potential, an opportunity. I have created a potential, and that is expected to be closed on a certain date. So when I get this call, I don't have to search the system to see if there is an open deal or a potential for this contact. Right there, you will see all the contact details, the name of the person, email address, all those details, and also the system will tell you that you have a open potential. How useful would that be for a salesperson? So you could just, when you look at that, as a salesperson, you just jump right into that call to just close the deal. So you can, work on that particular call. You can just set a priority and, attend that call first and, close the deal. A single call could, make or break the deal. So it's very important that you, give priority to customers who have open potentials. So this is, what I was talking about. So if you don't have the number already saved in the system, it'll tell you that it's an unknown caller. So you will be given an option to add that caller to your CRM as a contact. Or if you already have the contact but not the number, you could just add this associate to an existing contact. You can always add the call notes, all the call descriptions, whatever you want to add, you could add them in the call notes. You could always set a follow-up task. Say if you want to follow up with this person at a later date, maybe tomorrow, you could set up a task and set up a reminder. Or if that customer has requested for a call on a later date, you could always follow up with a call. So that's scheduling a call. You can schedule another call for tomorrow, and then the system will remind you of that call so that you can do that. So that's the unknown caller. And here you see how you add notes and follow-up tasks. So you just, once a call ends, right, so after you end the call, you'll get the option to add notes. So it's always important to add all the call description, whatever conversation you had with the customer on that call. You could just put some notes on that so that later you can always come back and look at those notes for reference, and you can always set up follow-up tasks. And this is a reminder. So you can not only just manage active calls, which is incoming and outgoing. You can always schedule calls. You can add a call, schedule call for a later date, and set up a reminder. And the system, when you're logged into CRM, it will give you the reminder on the specified time, and it will tell you it is time to call this customer. And you can always, so that you can save later and then set it up as 10 minutes or 15 minutes later, so that it gives you a reminder 10 minutes after that. Or you could just jump into the call. You can just click on the call button and jump into the call right away. So these are the two hosted solutions. Twilio, very popular, and also Ringio. These are the two hosted PBX system, which allows you to set up this kind of configuration with your Zoho CRM system. The other ones are on-premise via Asterisk and Elastic. The configuration of these PBX systems are a bit different. You need a system administrator, and it gets a bit technical to configure these PBX system with your CRM account. So now let's look at a live demo, I have a CRM account and also have a Twilio login. So we'll see how to configure that one. So here's a CRM, and you have to be in the professional or the enterprise. So once you have your CRM, you just go to setup, and under apps and add-ons, you'll find other apps. So there you have Phonebridge, right? So from the drop down, just select Twilio, and it's going to ask for the account SID and auth token. So these are details that you have to get from your Twilio account. So you must have a Twilio account. You can just go to twilio.com and sign up for an account, and you can buy a number, and once you log in, you will get these details. In the dashboard, you will see the account SID and the auth token. So all you have to do is just copy that, right? So now I have authorized this number. I've purchased a number, and I've just connected my Zoho CRM account with the Twilio account. So once I do that, I just have to add the number, and of course, you get the numbers. It lists out all the numbers you have purchased, and Twilio, you just copy and paste that as well, right? And then you have two options. So you can either configure an IVR menu, or you can just simply say bring it to all the users. So I'll probably explain associate user first. So if you select this option, you can just select all the list of users that you have. Let me just quickly go to this page, right there. So this will list out all the users in your account, and you can just select who are the users who need to use this functionality of making calls and getting calls, incoming calls. Right now we're going to configuring incoming calls. So you can decide who are the users who are going to get these incoming calls. So if you leave out a user, they won't get the pop-up. So only the users selected here will get the pop-up, and they can answer the calls. Or if you don't want that set of configuration, so once you do that, if your customer calls, it's going to ring directly, and all three users will get a pop-up, and anyone can just attend the call. If you have a IVR system, if you want a IVR, like set up when the call is made, different options provided. Like we have our support team, we have different teams like Zoho CRM, Zoho Mail, Zoho Projects. So when you when people call, customers are given an option to choose from a menu. So press 1 for CRM, or press 2 for mail, press 3 for projects, things like that. Or it could be press 1 for sales, press 2 for customer support, things like that. So if you want a IVR type of a configuration, you could go in here and you can just put in your options. So you can just first put in the key preference, and then the menu, you can choose what department, if it is sales, or if you want to categorize between your different products, you can put that, and the action. So for instance, if sales is selected, I want Patricia to handle it, right? And for option 2, configure support, and I'm gonna have Charles Stone manage that. So with this kind of configuration, when a customer calls, they will get an option, an automated message will be read out to them, and they'll have to type in the key. They'll have to punch in the options. So if 1 is pressed by the caller, then the call will only ring for Patricia Boyle, that user. If that person is logged in, they'll get the call. They can answer the call. Or if it is 2, then it's going to Charles Stone. You can also further have submenus, like for instance, say accounting department. Then I can have a further menu, right? So if accounting is selected, again there I want to see which department is that, right? So within accounting, I have 2 separate menus. It could be a mail department, right? There you can see. So 1, it goes directly to the user. 2, it goes again directly to the user. If 3 is pressed, they'll be given another set of menu, and they'll have to again go inside, and then you can have multiple layers of these configurations within IVR. If you don't want that, if you don't want these different menus, you can just say associate user, and the call is going to ring. There will be no option given. They'll just people have to dial the number, and it's going to ring for all these users. They can pick up. And you can also always set up a simultaneous ringing or a sequential ringing. Selecting this will ring for all. So if an incoming call is coming, it's going to ring for all the users, all these 3 users. Anyone can just pick up. The first person who picks up the call will continue. Or you can set up a sequential ringing, so that it rings for 1 user at a time, and you can always set up an interval so that you can have a 15-second ringing for the first person, and if that person doesn't pick that call, it will go to the next person, and then the next, and so on. So if you want repeat calling, that is, once all the 3 users have not picked the call, if you want that to be again the first caller again, first user again, you can select repeat yes, or if you don't want that, you can say no. What will happen is it'll ring to all the 3 users one by one, and if the 3rd user doesn't pick the call, it's going to go to the voicemail. They'll get a message saying no one is available. And you can also configure that the message that is given to your callers when people are busy, things like that, when you're unavailable, all those configurations you can do. So once you click on the advanced option, you'll be given an option for the call recording. So and it depends on the type of account you have. You will be if you select yes, you will be charged by Twilio for the call recording. If you don't want that for incoming calls, you can always say no. And these are the messages that gets played to your callers. So when users are busy, right? So all these 3 users are available, but they are already in a call, right? So it should give the caller a busy message saying all the reps are currently busy, right? So you can put in that here, and this text will be played to your callers. Or you can either just type in the text, or you can record the message and you can upload it as well. You have options for that as well. So you can always set a message for unavailability. So the difference between being busy and unavailable is, busy is when users are logged in but they're already in a call, so they are talking to someone else. Unavailable is when no one is logged in, when your callers are not logged in at all. Could be a weekend or a holiday. So on that days, your callers should get a message saying that no one is available, because if you give them the same busy message, they'll keep trying. They will know that nobody is available or if it is a holiday. So you must have a separate message to tell people that you are currently unavailable. You can also add the message when of your work hours. You can tell the people that we work from this time to this, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, so that people will know when to call if if they're calling on weekends. So that's a setup. You just type it in, and you have to save it, of course. So once that is done, you have the option for configuring the outgoing. So all these configuration settings is for incoming calls, right? So now we're gonna see how we set up the outgoing calls. So all you have to do is, I'll just say associate phone number, right? So this is, I've already added Patricia, but this is what you'll see when you add for the first time. So first you'll have to choose a user and then the number, right? So when Charles Stone makes a call from CRM, the person who's getting the call is going to see this is the number from which is receiving a call, right? And these numbers you'll have to purchase in Twilio. So in Twilio account, you'll see all these numbers you purchase. You can purchase as many numbers as you want for your different users, and all you have to do is you just have to add the respective numbers for your users. So I'll just leave that to Patricia. So for Patricia, I've already added the number. So this is all you need to do. That's it. That's the configuration that you have to need set up. All you have to have is a Twilio account and a CRM, and you're basically good to go. Everything is set up, and right now you can make calls, or you can receive calls from CRM itself. You don't have to manage multiple systems to manage calls. So once this setup is enabled, you will see this green icon. So before you set up this integration, you won't get that green icon. So once you do that, you will see this, and by clicking on that, you can of course make a call to your contacts or leads or accounts. So basically any phone number field that you have in the system will get this telephone call icon, and it could be a lead. Well, I need a number, of course. There you go. So once you add the number, automatically this call button will appear, and you can just make calls from CRM system. So any module could be even a custom field, right? It's not just for the default ones. Even if you create a custom telephone field, you can still still make calls from that, right? So that's outgoing, and then you will obviously get incoming. Let me just give you a preview of how we're gonna receive a call. Give me just a quick minute. I'll just get a incoming call. I'll just set it up. Okay, there you go. Wonderful. So right now I'm getting a call from an unknown person, right? So this number is not already in the system, so I'm just going to answer that. So I'll just say hello, let's say just I just had this conversation. I'll just sorry about that. Let me just try that one more time. Sorry about that. Just give me a second. Slight delay. Sorry about that. So we'll also see how it's going to be when we receive a call from a potential customer. There you go. Wonderful. So now I'm getting a call from John Smith, and the system knows that there is an open potential for this. So right here, I can see that I have a potential of closing a deal worth $10,000, from this call. So I have to be in this call. I can just jump right into this call. Let's say, hey John, how are you?
Hey, this is John calling you, and I just got your email.
Yes, this is Bala here. So how's it going? So have you decided on when you're going to make the purchase?
I just got your email, and I just got a go-ahead signal from my top management, and they want me to get a purchase order from you. And if you could just send me a purchase order, I can get it forwarded to the accounts management team, and they can give you a sales order as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Sounds good. So I'm gonna send you that order right away, and we will go from there. Awesome. Sounds good. My manager is gonna be thrilled that we're getting this deal.
Expecting your email?
Yes, you can expect that anytime now. Once I'm done with this webinar, I'll send you an email right away. Okay then. Okay, John. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Right. So that was just a call, a successful one, I'd say. I'm just gonna close a deal as a salesperson. I'm thrilled to close that deal. He's expecting the customers expecting an order. I can just say send order that for the customer, and maybe set up a follow-up task. Yeah, see if if he's received the order, if there's a problem in the payment, things like that, and save that. There you go. So that's how easy it is. So I don't have to juggle between the phone. I didn't even touch my phone. I don't know where my phone is. All I have to do is log in to Zoho CRM and just talk to my customers all day. And all you need is simply a browser and the internet connection. You don't have to worry about being out of range or things like that, talking to the phone. You can pretty much basically be anywhere, right? So if you have a complex PBX system where you can only talk to customers from office, how difficult would it be, right? But with this, you can just be at your home. You could be traveling. You could be in an airport, anywhere. If you have a internet connection, and if you're logged into your Zoho CRM account, you can just talk to customers. You can just make or make calls or receive calls and talk to them, and just go on with your work. How simple is that, right? That is the power of this integration. So gives you a contextual information about who's calling, and you can make decisions. You can set your priorities based on that, right? So you could like I said, you could always schedule a call. So I'll just show you. So I'll just create a new call, and it's going to be an outbound. Right, here we go. I was just wondering why we were seeing a timer, right? So if it's a current call, you'll see the timer. It should be a scheduled call if you're gonna set up a reminder. Call John. So I'll just say tomorrow, 11 a.m. Sounds good, yeah, 11 a.m. And just save that up. I must have forgotten something, and I'm looking. Let me just click to see what I forgot. So call to or from cannot be empty. Right, I missed to add John. How silly of me. Right, there we go. You have to know who you're calling, right? There you go. So I've just scheduled a call, and this is gonna come up tomorrow 11 a.m. and it's gonna give me a pop-up and say call John, and I can just initiate the call right from there. And also you'll get your missed calls, right? So if no one is available, you can configure your account so that in Twilio you do have the option of getting missed calls, that is, and also your voicemails, right? So if a call was not attended, it doesn't just disappear. You have to know that someone called, right? So all that information will be captured, and if you go to the activities, you will see all the list calls from your customers, and if there was a message recorded, it'll also be listed. So here's a call where there's no message. The caller just tried and then left, disconnected. I'll probably show you a call where you have a message. It should be around here. There you go. So if a customer calls and if they're not able to reach anyone, and if you have a voicemail box, there you go, right away. So the message will be recorded, and you will get this option where you can just play. You don't have to download any file. You don't have to key numbers. You can just play it from there, and the message will be played, and you can always get back to your customer, call them right away. So those are the features. It'll all be listed, the missed calls and the voice message. It's going to be listed under the activities module, under the calls. You can, like I have done, you can always, set up a separate view for the missed calls. So that was a quick demo on the Twilio integration, how you configure your Twilio and your Zoho CRM, and how it works, when you receive or make a call. And also we saw how to set up the reminders, right? So that was the demo. So this feature is available in both professional and the enterprise edition of Zoho CRM, and all you have to do is be in one of these paid edition and have an account in Twilio. That's all you need. You don't have to worry about maintaining a PBX or expensive phones and people to manage those phone system, a system administrator to always keep managing all the calls and things like that stuff. Forget about all those things. Just get a number from Twilio and set it up with your Zoho CRM account, and you're good to go. So that's the demo for basically the webinar for the integration between Zoho CRM and Twilio, right? And if I'm sure you had a lot of questions that was answered by my associates Arun, and like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions, any clarifications you need about this, if you need more information about this integration, you can always contact us. You can contact our sales team. That's the email address, sales@zohocorp.com. You can always call us because calls are important. So I'd encourage everyone to call. So 888-204-3539. That's our number. We're waiting for your calls, so you can always call us or you can always contact me. My email address is bala.s@zohocorp. So thanks for joining the webinar. It was a wonderful webinar. I'm hope I've given you enough information. If you join late, or if the integration, the webinar wasn't clear enough, you can always get back to us, and we can set up a demo for you. Thank you.